Hey everyone, it's me Blazing, and today I'm going to be going over every single team that's going to be attending the IEM Cologne Major. Keep in mind, I do not have a script that I'm reading off of, it's just me going over it. First off, we're going to start off with Thunder Down Under. They're an Australian team who has made it through VRS by playing in the regional tournaments. They have not played in the Tier 1 LAN quite yet. They're very inexperienced going into this. I do not... If they progress into stage 2, I would actually be shocked. But hey, one of these players, he hates pick'em, so... In fact, in his words... he said this at the Paris Major.
Fuck your pickup guns!
And overall, I don't think with this team he can... I don't think with this team he can quite ruin my pick'ems. Now we have Gaiman Gladiators, who recently kicked out one of their players for like, I don't know, like, I don't remember his name, but they just kicked him out of absolutely nowhere. Phelps, yeah, that was him. They just kicked him for no reason, and they're another team I have going 0-3. Next we have FlyQuest. They were regularly turning up to big international events last year, but now they don't really have that much experience, but yeah, JKS, he's really good. I do see them progressing, but I wouldn't be surprised if they don't. I don't really see much. Now we have Sharks, and they've been in the America's VRS system. It's a Brazilian team, and they are currently playing FaZe Clan, who they fucking missed the major. They just had to beat Big, who I will get to qualify, and they went from making the Budapest finals to not even qualifying for this major anyway. They're not a team that I've heard a lot of discussion regarding, mainly because I don't really follow the Tier 2 South American scene. Next we have, Big. Yeah, I was about to get to them, and essentially, they secured their spot in, like, they're a German team who will be playing on home soil. This is the first major they've played at since the Shanghai one. So let me just see. Let me just show you. They played in the opening stage, and they progressed to the elimination stage, but went 0-3. So overall, this is an opportunity for them to try and see if they can do it. Next, we have NRG with their signature roster that won Champions 2025 with Mada Som. Oh wait, wrong game. This is NRG, and they're a North American team again. They have Nitro, Sonic. Like, they're not a very good team, but they're not necessarily too bad either. I don't think they'll progress past stage 1, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do. Now we have Sinners, who they were on the verge of not qualifying for the major because of FaZe, playing big at HLC Belgrade, and Big had to beat FaZe for Sinners to qualify. And overall, they're an okay team. I wouldn't be surprised if they... I think there's a chance they do progress, but I wouldn't be surprised if they don't. Now we have Lin Vision, who are a Chinese team. And essentially, they have Emilia QAQ, who is essentially just... He has the funniest... Let me just get this one up. Okay. Let me just... Oh yeah, this is...
Quick words, hi. Hello.
Hello,
But
nice-
I don't know English.
I can speak slow.
Okay.
Neither us.
Okay.
Come on, my friend.
I
In the
am
middle. Congratulations.
I,
I like you a lot.
Thank you.
This is. Oh, nah. This is the one I meant.
Emilia, getting to play a tier 1 event in China, what does that mean to you?
Good morning.
Are you excited to be playing in China?
Yes.
Are you excited to be playing against Furia, who beat you in Austin?
Of course.
What's going to be different this time around?
Revenge.
What have you been cooking up? Anything you're going to be doing differently?
No.
Same game plan.
Same.
Well, let's see how it pans out. Thank you so much, Emilia. Good luck.
Thank you.
And overall, they did make a miracle run to reach stage 3 last time, but I just hope to see it happening again. Next, we have. I mean, they might. They went 0-3 in the last major stage 1, so they might do well, maybe they won't. They're kind of a wild card going into this. Next, we have Tai Lu, who. They're probably the best Asian team right now, besides the Mongols, and. This guy, Jam Young, he is very good. And. Aside from him, like. I do think they will progress into stage 2, but I don't really see them progressing beyond that. Maybe they will. I don't know. But I wouldn't be surprised if they are eliminated in stage 1. Next we got Team Liquid, and they had a very how do I put it? They got into the major in quite a sinister way because they made a trade with G2. They traded entry rifles. They traded this guy, MD from G2 for Nerks from Liquid. So because Nerks was Israeli, and you had these two guys who were Polish. They were in the EU VRS, and so by trading him for MD, who is Guatemalan, they can get an America's VRS and find an easier way path into the major. And they are not a very good team. Like, they lost a 5v1 to some random tier 2 team that no one's heard of. Let me just see if I can find it. This was the one, I believe. They lost a 5v1 here. Yeah. This was the game. Overall, I don't see them progressing, but maybe they will, I don't know. Next, we've got Heroic, who peaked all the way back in 2022 at the end of CSGO, and they haven't quite reached that same peak again. Overall, like, they are mainly known for their social media accounts right now, who are not very professional. Overall, though, I think they will progress, but I don't know. Next, we've got M80, who are a North American team, who won Draculan, which is a tier 2 event. And next we've got, and overall, I see them progressing, but I'm shocked if they don't. Next we've got MIBR. I'd say they're a pretty good team in this stage. I definitely see them progressing. And yeah. Well considered, I don't think they'll progress past stage 2, but I guess we'll see. Next we've got Bet Boom, who are a Russian team, and they are hold on, just find the words. They were able to beat Team Vitality, who are undoubtedly the best team in Counter-Strike right now. So yeah, I definitely see them going into the next stage. Next we got B8, who are... They're a pretty good team, but, like, they did lose 13-0 to Na'Vi, but they were able to bounce back from that. Overall, I do see them progressing. I have the progressing. Now, Gamer Legion. They're definitely the best team in Stage 1. they're consistently playing very well. And overall, I have them going 3-0, but I would actually be shocked if they do not progress at all. Next we're going to stage 2, and we have Monte, who are the only team besides Vitality to have any British players. Besides, in the form of Gizmi and Azuru, and they were able to make their way out of Tier 2, and they were able to qualify for PGL Astana, where they went 2-3. They did have a pretty embarrassing showing against Furia. And yeah, they do definitely have a chance at progressing, but I'm pretty indifferent. Now we've got 9Z, who are an Argentinian team. These two Uruguayans and this Chilean. And they were able to actually make it 3-0 in PGL Astana. They were able to make it undefeated, and I think they will progress, but I wouldn't be surprised if... Well, like, I think they will progress. I'd be a tiny bit surprised if they don't. Next we've got Pain, who... They're an okay enough team. They did make top 4 in the Austin Major, but since then they lost. I believe his name was, yeah, NQZ. He won't be playing here, and I see them going to the next stage. And next we've got Foot. This is my team. This is the team I support. They're the former Navi Junior Corps. And they're absolutely insane in terms of their aim. They won PGO Bucharest, absolutely destroying Astralis. And me feeling that the Astralis' map win was the only one that was close, and I definitely see them progressing. Next we've got G2, who are... They're not what they used to be ever since they lost to Nico and Monacy, the Saudi oil money club Falcons. And overall, I see them progressing. Wouldn't be surprised if they don't, but hey, you never know in CS. Next we got Astralis, and no, this is... Okay, you knew this, but this isn't the same Astralis that absolutely dominated back in 2018 and 2019. They're a pretty solid team, actually. Now, they had that weird that time where they were very badly managed, but now they're actually a decent team. Yeah. Fuzi had a life game against Spirit and Dunk, and then you have Stayer, who is a very good rifler. I think they will progress. Next we've got Legacy, who are this Brazilian team, who had signed Art, who is one of the most aggressive, who's just known for being very aggressive, and they won the last event that happened before, against Falcons. Before the major, which is the CS Asia Championships, and they won it. This is a back-to-back win. And overall, I have them going 3-0, but I see them going, actually not 3-0. I would be shocked if they don't progress. Now we got Spirit, who came off of winning PGL Astana. Because like, and also making the finals of IEM Rio, and overall, they had to sub for the coach in this time, because this guy Holly, he's a fraud. He's pretty much the Arn Slot of CS right now, because he had that time where he was a really good coach. Then after that race period, he turned out to be really bad. I see them going 3-0 because they still have the momentum from PGL Astana. I would be incredibly shocked if they are eliminated in Stage 2. Next we go into Stage 3. These are the teams that should be realistically winning. First we've got Power Vision, this Russian team that is pretty much just James' next experiment. They They did pretty well in the last major. They made it to stage 3 from stage 1, but went 0-3 in stage 3 after that. Then after getting Zwei from Team Spirit, they were able to make a miracle run to win Flask Bounty. Next we've got... And overall, they might make playoffs, they might not. I guess we'll see. Next we've got the Mongols, who are a Mongolian team, and the best Asian team. They made a miracle happen to reach the... Miracle happened to reach the finals of the Austin Major, where they would face off against Vitality, and actually took the first map off of them, but the next two didn't go so well, and Vitality ultimately won it. Overall, they're not as good as they used to be ever since they got rid of Senzu. This guy, Cobra's era, he's good, but he's not nowhere near as good as Senzu. Overall, maybe they'll make playoffs, maybe they won't, I guess we'll see. Next we've got Mouse, who are pretty much just known for having absolutely zero aura. And they did sign Zelix in place of Yimfat. And overall, Zelix he's pretty good. And they wanted to get JL too, but due to the transfer window being over, they couldn't. For this major, they had JL, and they made 3rd place in a couple. Like they made 3rd. Let me just check what. Like, they made 3rd place in the CSH championships. And PGL Astana back-to-back. Overall, I see them... They will make playoffs, but they won't win. Next, we've got Aurora, who are a Turkish team. And they're best known for this guy, Xantares. He was just absolutely cracked. He pioneered the Xantares peak.
I drop one. You drop one more? I can throw nades for you. Okay. They flash B. Flash right now.
Like,
Take me hard.
I don't really know what the Xantares peak is like. Actually,
It's A, it's A.
yeah, that's the Xantares peak. Just getting, but he does kind of disappear in big games, like in the So my browser really crashing. He did kind of disappear in big games, like in the PGL, like not ESL Pro League. He kind of disappeared in those finals. Hold on, I just needed to fresh it. Now we're going into Furia, and they're a Brazilian organization who are a pretty solid. They're a good team, but okay, they had this grace period in 2020, at the end of 2025, where they won 3 events in a row. Actually, 3 Tier 2 events in a row. And were big favorites going into the Budapest Major. Well, not big, but they were favorites going in, but... And then they got eliminated in the quarterfinals. Now they haven't been able to recreate their peak since then. Like, just to highlight, this was the ESL Pro League, where they got eliminated in the groups. Then in Rotterdam, they also got eliminated in groups. And then at IM Rio, on home turf, they made playoffs, but immediately got defeated on Vitality. And then, in Blast Rivals events, this is a team where the majority of players, where only 2 teams will be eliminated. And while Foot were eliminated, they at least didn't, and had a coach standing in. Were able to put a good fight against Vitality despite that. But Furia, they were eliminated by FaZe Clan, who was still adapting with the departure of Karrigan. And they're doing surprisingly well, like, without Karrigan, actually. And they made playoffs of Astana, but got eliminated immediately by, I believe it was Falcons. Yeah, it was Falcons. Anyway, next we go into Falcons, who are the Saudi oil money team of Counter-Strike right now. Like, you know how some football clubs like Man City, PSG, etc., they have the oil money of certain states. Well, Falcons is like that. They have the power of the Saudi Public Investment Fund, and they only won one major trophy, like not even a major trophy because a significant trophy since then, and they've just been buying literally every single star they can. Nico, who is essentially just this, rifle, who was known for being incredible. Like, let's just see if he won. He has. I don't think he's won earlier, but he has made several HLTV top 20s. And you also have his friend Monacy, who was lost. It was lost. It was on a. Like, let me just see. It was on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It was on an 8 grand final losing streak. Monacy is very good, but. And then you have. That's including Carrigan, who was signed in place of. I'm just trying to remember who the past IGL was. Like, Kixon. And overall, I think they'll make playoffs but immediately get eliminated. Next, we've got Na'Vi, who are not the same Na'Vi as before. And they're probably the second best team in the world right now. They were able to beat a lowly prepared Vitality and eliminate them in order to win IEM Atlanta. And they made the finals of events. They also won the ESL Pro League. And overall, I think they'll make they will make the playoffs, and I think they'll go on the And if they end up on the other side of Vitality of other bracket, the bracket that Vitality is not in, they will make the finals. Next, we finally got the big one, Team Vitality. They are just the absolute best team in the world right now. Like, this is, like, they won. These are the trophies they won this year alone. This is the Grand Slam. Like, they actually are the only team to win it twice. That is how dominant this era is. So I think if Astralis would have won a second one if the Grand Slam existed when their era of dominance started. But that did also exist. And Team Liquid won the Grand Slam after Astralis. And overall, you just got this incredible team. Like, it's not even a super team because these two guys, Flamesy and Mezzy, they were not stars when they came to Vitality, but they just became incredible when they reached it. Like, hold on, like, I remember Flamesy dropped an obscene number of kills in Rotterdam. I remember what it was. It was on Overpass. He dropped 38 kills in, like, let me just, okay, so 38 over 29, that would be 1.31 kills per round in that map, and yeah, and you've also got Apex, the IGL, who he's a very good IGL. He's got the fragging power, and I haven't talked about Mezzy yet, but he's the best British player in Counter-Strike, and he's the only one in Tier 1, and he's the support player, and he's very good. And as I was saying about Apex, he's the IGL. He was once a very good entry rifler, and he's currently the most decorated player in CSGO and CS2. Overall. And then you have Rops, who is a very good player. He came from Mouse Sports, then went to join FaZe Clan, where he won a major with them. Then he departed He departed for Vitality and went on to win, and then that went on to establish Vitality's era. And yeah, pretty much. He's played in every single CS2 major final to this day, and of course, we can't talk about Vitality without mentioning this man, Zywoo. He's just. I'm just going to get one of his clips up. Like, Let me just like. Let me just see. Yeah, this was. Oh, sorry about this. Okay, hold on. We'll just. I'm just getting the login open. That's logging in so that I can show it. Actually, seemingly refusing to show. I'll just get it open.
3 kills, make it 4. One by one, they trickle into that scope. But the last one left is Zywoo. And he doesn't take any damage from Jane in that recovery. Zway's gonna be burned out. Do the library players swing to help him?
I actually
Zywoo's
screamed
got a
watching
second,
this
still
live.
76 health to play with. And that op is right in front of him if he ever wants to switch over. Ready for some kind of a peek. And with Short not being able to be pushed, they're gonna take a second here and throws Yellow over to this side. He gets behind the tall box, looking to cut down Library. Zywoo 3 kills into this. No! 1 kill! 1v5! If he can! He always can!
And the reaction on HLTV forums was just absolutely insane. Like, hold on. And that happened. And overall, that's pretty much the teams going into the IEM Cologne Major. Who do I think is gonna win? Vitality. Who do I think they'll face in the finals? Either Na'Vi or Spirit. It's only time will tell, but overall, yeah. That's it. That's it from me. You just heard the analysis of some random person who is trash at CS tell you about all the teams that will be at the IEM Cologne Major.